What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bar Table Talk. I'm your host, Skittles, and my co host.
Shy, shy.
This is the space where we talk about real life, real conversations, and what's happening now. Let's get into the news with Shy Shy.
All right. Well, for our local news today, we have some things going on at the Riverside Art Museum. Chicano camera culture traces 6 decades of photography as activism.
Oh, okay.
A first of its kind exhibit at RAM, Riverside Art Museum, and Cheech that explore how Chicano photographers have used cameras to document their communities and reshape American art history. When curating Chicano camera culture, a photographic history, Elizabeth Ferrer chose to begin the timeline in the 1960s. That generation of artists didn't call themselves photographers. Instead, they saw an urgency in capturing the moments and their training ground where the protests were happening around them. So this is like, they were not just like photographers. They're more like journalists.
Yeah.
But, in a visual sense. So I think that's really cool. I love what they're doing with the new Cheech
yes,
art museum.
We did go there.
Yes, I really like how he's really been kind of showcasing Latino American artwork, and they've been working with the Riverside Art Museum. So that's been really cool to see.
Yes.
Also, so in Riverside, we have an annual festival called the Dickens Festival.
What the? Where does that come from? Where did that come from?
They've always had it. So basically, it's like from the Emily Dickens books from that time, which is like, Pretty Women.
Yeah.
Like, it's very... So anyways, they are making this year, the focus is going to be on social justice with Oliver Twist theme.
Okay.
So the theme's going to be like Oliver Twist. If you know anything about Oliver Twist, it's about an orphan and how, just people were hungry during that time. I forget what that time was called. Basically, there was lots of soup kitchens, people, asking for a bowl of soup, and you had to make it last, and just a very, very sad time.
Yeah.
But it's going to be talking about kind of like the Oliver Twist of today. How a lot of people come at a disadvantage, and they're not giving them equality.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting. I think that's really good that they're actually going to make it more relatable to today, but still keep it within the theme.
Yes. And where is this? I know it's in Riverside.
It's in downtown Riverside. They usually have the festival activities in White Park in downtown Riverside.
Okay.
Yep. And then that's all I have for the local news today.
Okay, we know today is Valentine's. Happy Valentine's.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's.
And happy Valentine's to our listeners today.
Yeah.
So please get your wine glasses, your mimosas, because over here we got cootery boys popping.
We have our little charcuterie board.
Right. We got wine popping.
We love charcuterie.
We really do. Okay, so the episode is within Black History Month as a story of quiet resistance.
Yes.
The Black history is not only marches, speeches, but also love, family, and survival. We are introducing Mildred Loving.
Mildred and Richard Loving.
Yes. A Black woman whose life helped dismantle racial laws in America.
Yes, because of the fact that she was in an interracial marriage.
Yes.
Yes.
Take us to our first topic, Shay.
All right. So our first topic is going to be about a Black woman at the center of history. Mildred Loving's role as a Black woman navigates racism, sexism, criminalization, and we're going to discuss her voice and how it is often overshadowed. I think that, like, so what happened is that Mildred Loving sent a letter. Because they lived in Virginia. Her and Robert Loving were married in Washington, but they lived in Virginia. And in Virginia, it was illegal to be interracially married. She married a white man. And so in Virginia, they were arrested.
Of course.
They arrested both of them. And because of the fact that they were married. And so she sent a letter to the government, just like, why is this wrong? Like, because it doesn't make sense.
She loved a man.
Yes.
He wasn't black.
Yeah.
But love should have no color.
It should have no color. You should be able to marry who you want to marry.
Exactly. So, let's talk about criminalizing black love. Laws were designed to control black bodies and black relationships. How the state punished Mildred for loving outside of her race boundaries. Connect system used to limit black freedom. That's crazy.
Yes, so this is back in 1958. So they put them in jail. And they were banished from Virginia for 25 years. It was insane. Like, there is a movie out there about it, and I didn't get to watch the movie because I thought it was going to be really sad. I'm going to be honest. I was just like, if they kill them, I'm going to be sad. Like,
but you know
that's not what happened.
No. Because you know the history, behind it. So I would have still loved to watch that.
Like, it's still out there. We could definitely watch it.
Yeah.
And if listeners out there want to read more about them, definitely research the Lovings. But yeah, they were both put in jail.
Yes. So, Shai, talk about the Supreme Court, because they was put in jail, right? They had to go to the Supreme Court.
They had to take it to the Supreme Court because really there was no legal like at that time we're no longer in slavery, things like that. So why is it she saw that she felt like it was unfair for not being able to like what is the reason if we're supposed to be free to do these things, then what was it? And so basically the Supreme Court took the case and it was pretty interesting. Like they had at one point a judge who was very racist and just tried to say that that the law was made because God did not want colored people to be married to white people, and that's not at all what God says in the Bible
at all.
But I mean, these were the things that were being said during the court case. This is actually things that like they were trying to say, well, God and things like that. And people try to be like, well, that's what unevenly yoked means, and that's not what it means
at all.
They just threw a lot of different things out there that were basically hearsay. There was no facts behind it. And so then that's how then the law was made that it is okay to marry whoever you want, basically.
Yes. So let's talk about why this is Black history.
Yes.
This ruling protected millions of Black families across the country. Without these cases, interracial marriage, including many involving Black Americans, would still be illegal and part of the United States. Yeah. The Loving story represent Black resistance through humanity, not violence.
Yes. And some people don't know that because of them fighting to have interracial marriage, yeah, this also allowed for same-sex marriages. Mm. This also brought, when that got brought to the table, yeah, this case gets mentioned because it also opened the door for, like, okay, you can marry whoever you want, and that includes same-sex and interracial.
So tell us about the legacy for today's Black families.
I would say that, like, interracial marriages are now common. Even though they were illegal, I feel like back in the day, people tried to keep it a secret, you know, and now they don't have to. Yeah, because they knew what would happen, you know. I think that the Lovings were very brave because something worse could have happened than jail. I'm sure. I mean, there were lots of people who were killed because of being in an interracial marriage. But they survived that and fought for the right to be married to each other so that other people could also be married. And I think that it really is, like, it's not about, like, some people can look down on interracial couples, like, well, why don't you love someone of your own race? It's not about that. It's about the person. Yeah. And you love someone for their character, their personality, not just the color of their skin.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, what lovely, I don't know why I keep saying
loving
loving day is and why it matters. So, I didn't even know it was a day for her.
Yes,
yeah. Didn't even know.
It's not just for her. It's
yeah. I'm just touching. Yeah.
So they're in. So it's only celebrated in 16 states. Okay. But I guess it's not celebrated in California. California is not one of the 16 states. So basically, it's celebrated in the South. But of course in Virginia. And it's a day where it's on June 12th, if anybody would like to know. It's on June 12th, and it was commemorated the 1967 Supreme Court decision, Loving versus Virginia, which legalized interracial marriage nationwide, striking down all remaining misgeneration laws in 16 states. So it honors the courage of Mildred and Richard Loving on June 12th every year. And 12th. I mean, even though we don't celebrate it here, I feel like I am going to put that on my calendar as just a day. You know, I mean, I know we're not in an interracial relationship, but I still want to commemorate a fight that someone did for love.
And we appreciate her for standing up for her love.
Yes.
Exactly. So, let's dive a little bit deeper. Please, because I feel like this is just the surface of, you know, what they did. So, this wasn't just a love story. It was a fight against the whole racial classification machine. Which you said Virginia bans weren't only about marriage. They were about who the state said you were on paper and how that paper controlled your life. The Racial Integrity Act, which, like an ID system for race, if the state could label you colored, it could label marriage, mobility, and rights.
Yeah. That's why people talk about, like, people who are mixed and things like that. They're like, oh, the 2% law. If you have a small percentage of Black in your bloodline, then they are going to label you as Black or colored.
Okay. All right. So, Mildred identity is often. I mean, come on, get it together, Shy. Too much wine.
What you were pointing at all?
I mean, do you want me to tell our listeners? Can you get your paper, girl?
I think that might have been better.
I'm not gonna do that on our podcast. I'm not gonna do that.
I got the paper.
Thank you. Can you?
Yes, go ahead.
Number 2. Can you hit number 2 for our listeners?
Mildred's identity is often simplified. Many tell it as black woman, white man. Yeah. But Mildred's background is often described as mixed. So yes. Mildred herself was black and Native American.
Yes.
And which matters because Virginia had a long history of erasing Native American identity through paperwork and classification. When the state can rewrite your ancestry, it can rewrite your future.
Yes, no, it is
something to think about. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Mm-hmm. So their case started with a letter, not a protest. So let's get more into that. So can you hit that?
So they sent a letter, Mildred.
Because I remember you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, Mildred sent a letter to the Attorney General, which was Robert F. Kennedy at the time.
Yeah.
Asking for help. And that referral connected them to the ACLU.
Oh.
And that's how it all started.
Okay.
Because they started investigating, like, is this right? Can they, make it where these people cannot marry each other? And that's how it all started,
The judge's reasoning was openly religious, plus white supremacists, let's be honest, and it's documented. And I think you talked about this judge previously, Leon. That's how you say it?
Leon Basil's infamous statement basically argued God separated races and therefore interracial marriage was wrong. This is actually what he said.
Yes.
And that never happened in the Bible. So, God did not separate the races.
No, he didn't. He didn't at all.
There were tribes that were separated, but it wasn't because there's backstories and context.
Yeah. And
what he did was just take it out of context. So.
Yes. Yeah. But he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, and let's be honest, that judge was racist.
He was just trying to justify why they had this ridiculous law.
Right.
That's all it was.
I just want to slap him and his mama.
Yeah, because it was wrong. It was at every angle. There was no that's not the God that is that people believe in is not this racist God.
Right.
That would make no sense for Jesus to come. What did he do? Die for only the sins of the people he liked? No, that's not it.
Right. Let's talk about equal punishment was used as a legal excuse for racism. Virginia argued, we punish both spouses, so it's equal.
Yeah, I mean, yes, they both went to jail. They were both banished from Virginia.
Yes.
But still, the reason was still wrong. Just because you did it to both doesn't make it any more right.
Right. So the Supreme Court rejected the logic and ruled the laws were designed to maintain the white supremacy and violated equal protection and due process. Equal punishment doesn't equal justice when the law is
built on racism.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's basically what they realized. It was built on racism.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Yeah.
Hit us with that number 6.
The lawyers were volunteers, and the strategy was long and exhausting.
Yeah, I know it was.
ACLU volunteer attorneys Bernard As Cohen and Philip J. Hirschkopf handled the appeals and pushed it all the way to the Supreme Court. How many life-changing civil rights wins were powered by unpaid, behind-the-scenes laborers? These people weren't doing this for money
at all.
They did it for justice.
And thank those people that was behind the scenes being an ally.
They volunteered their time. They didn't get paid.
Black Americans.
Yeah, they did, because they were like, they saw that this was wrong.
Yes.
They knew that they had the knowledge and the tools to do the research and to fight for this. Mm-hmm. And so they did. And I think that I really commend people for using their expertise to fight for something for the greater good, mm-hmm. and not just for themselves.
Yeah. I'm just like thinking, dang, back in that time, I wouldn't know what to do. I think that's why it's a lot of, people, older people that like look at the times now and they're like, they say, oh, back in my day, mm-hmm. and a lot of people have to sit back and like that, look at our history in the back. Because I'm like, if I was born, oh no. Like, I don't even know what I would do. And like, I appreciate our black men's, our black women's, our grandmas and stuff, our great grandmas, our great grandmas, for standing through all that. Because me, I would have so much rage.
Life would be very different if these people didn't stand up and fight for the things that they fought for.
Exactly.
We would
and
still
some did die.
Yeah.
But they didn't die.
Their deaths were not in vain.
Oh, no. Of course not.
Yeah.
Just like, and it's sad because it's still going on in 2026. So, let's finish this and I tell you, because we got some time today. Okay. So Mildred's own word later explained the meaning of the case. In her later public statement, okay, Mildred, connected the freedom to marry across race to freedom to marry more broadly, emphasizing it's simple and about loving another human being. Mm-hmm. Mildred did not just win a case. She defined what freedom should feel like. Girl.
She did. And that's why I say it broadened it to where you should be able to marry another human being, not like, and it shouldn't be based upon their race or their gender.
Exactly. I mean, power to her. And it's crazy because I didn't know of her until you brought it up. Mm-hmm. So the reason why I say race is still going on today in 2026, because I watch, of course I watch other people's platforms. And I think Shy, who I'm about to talk about. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So but the reason why I'm bringing this up, because it's about Black history. So I was watching, Connie's live. She was doing her little book club, because it is a book club, and it was about, this woman named Trauma. So she is a Caucasian woman. She comes up on the panel and say the N-word. Mm-hmm. And the panel she was on had 4 more Caucasian white women. Mm-hmm. that is married to an African American man and have biracial kids. Mm-hmm. So they took her off the panel because they was like, no, we don't do that here, this and that. But what I didn't like is another person did that. And they kept this other Caucasian woman. Why she didn't get put down and the other one did. But then they come out and say, I have biracial kids. So the woman was trying to defend herself, saying that she has Native American in her. She grew up saying that around her homies that was African American, And I'm like, okay, but it gives you no right to use that word.
I feel like people need to be very careful the way that they act on social media.
Yes.
Okay? Because, like, in your neighborhood where you grow up, if that's something you grew up in that neighborhood and everybody's used to you saying that, okay, well, then that's cool there. But when you get on social media, let's face it, you have to put on a different hat.
Yes.
You have to code switch. You have to code switch when you're presenting something on social media, because we live in a cancel culture.
Yes.
Where everyone's quick to be like, you're canceled, that's offensive, we're not listening. And if you are trying to have a platform, you want to not be so controversial or whatever, then you got to be careful with the way that what you're saying.
You
because people are going to judge you way more harshly than in your neighborhood.
No, they are. You already know Blinky, African American woman, and Tibby, and another African American woman. Tibby educated her on that, and then she come out and she apologized. We don't want your apology. We want you to do better. Like, I understand your husband is African American. You have biracial kids. If your husband allowed that in his house, that's his business. But don't come out. Because you're going to say that to the wrong person, and the wrong person is going to cold clock you.
You got to be aware of your environment.
I don't even care if it's the one with the A at the end, because they good at using that one. They're really good.
It just shouldn't be like the other day. Me and my dad were talking, and he was saying, like, I just want to stop using the word altogether. And I was like, it's true.
It's true
because it wasn't. It was used as a derogatory term. Back in those times, and now we're trying to kind of make it this regular term. But why?
No, and I understand that, and that's what she said. She was just like, oh, well, y'all use it. Bitch, we black.
Yeah.
But I understand we shouldn't be using it. But there is, black Americans that use it. That's on them.
Yeah,
if they want to use it, they have 100% fucking right to use that word.
Yeah, if they want to call themselves that, that's on them.
Because they probably look at it like, I'm taking it back.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? A lot of people just see it as they're taking it back.
Yes.
But you can only take it back if you are a black person.
Yes. It doesn't mean if you got biracial kids.
No, that doesn't qualify.
It don't mean because your husband black.
Yeah.
No, none of that.
Let's not do that.
No, please not do that. So when they allowed Kimbo up there, and all the African Americans in the panel, in the chat, was like, why is she up there? She said the word too. She need to get put down. Y'all went after drama, but not after Kimbo. And then y'all want to come up and y'all want to be like, oh, they're blocked, this and that. Okay, then why y'all didn't do that moment, that time? That was the time for all them white ladies to be like, no, but they didn't. They waited 24 hours for them to be like, oh, she's blocked, she's not on my panel. We don't condone that. I have biracial kids. And then they start naming everybody that is black in their family.
Yeah, I think like if you have to do all of that, that's too much. You're just being extra at that point. But right. I mean, if you're gonna do it for one, you gotta do it for everybody. Yeah. This is not it takes me back to when people did like the Salem witch trial, and they're just trying to use this as a way to target people that they didn't like in the first place. Like they're like, oh, she said it and we didn't like her anyway. She's off. But the other person did, and it's like, but she's okay.
And no. And another thing, people forget that, you know, Native Americans was, you know, a race too. Like they forgot, like they was a race too.
They so Native Americans faced racism just like African Americans did as well. But their story is their story.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't just mesh them all together.
Now,
because
if you want to
Native Americans were called something else that was a derogatory term. Yes. And now we don't use it.
Oh no, we don't. We don't. But that's why.
I believe we don't call them Indians anymore. We call them Native Americans.
I actually never said Indians. I never said that.
That's what they taught in school.
See?
For me,
they didn't fuck you up.
Because
my mom was like Native American. Like we never said Indian. Like we never said that. So I grew up saying Native American.
Yeah, I grew up where literally in the history books in my school, it did not say Native American. It said Indian. And then later,
they changed
I remember they said, no, Native American because they were here first.
Yeah, no, they was.
So they're native.
Just like the football team. Remember
they had to change
their name. Yeah, because that affected the Native American culture.
Yeah.
Because that was, if you do your history about Native American, back in the day, they used to call, you know, red skin, you know?
Yeah, so now, but that was because of,
Yeah.
So it's just kind of lots of things where history has to be improved upon.
Yeah. No, I feel like history needs to be improved upon now. Because, like you said in school, it taught you to say Indian.
They taught me to say Indian. They also said that Christopher Columbus had a peaceful dinner.
What?
And that dinner never happened.
That, you know what? It's funny that you mentioned this man. What did he do?
So
he got lost.
When I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
The story. Okay. The lie. We're just going to say the lie that was told was that Christopher Columbus sailed to America.
Yep.
He saw the Indians. They sat down and had this dinner together. Yep. And this is the first Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims and the Indians sitting down, sharing food. He went and killed all of them.
Bullshit.
They spread diseases because the Pilgrims were dirty as fuck. And the Indians were not dirty, by the way.
No.
And so then their diseases came and wiped them out. He also enslaved some of them. He tried to become king. Spain was like, what the hell is going on? Get that fool, bring him back here. He was supposed to come back. He late. It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
Where he at? They found his ass, and he went to jail. He was a criminal. He was an outlaw.
So why is this criminal have a whole fucking day?
So that's what had to change. Because I'm sure people were looking, the historians were just like, you know, this is a lie, right?
Right. Like, why?
But this is some made up bullshit.
It's been on our calendar since we was fucking kids.
So they took it off. Remember, they were like, okay,
but it took them a long fucking time.
It took a long time.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It took a long time.
Know your fucking history before you start putting shit in the calendar.
No, they just was like, let's just try to make this okay.
Like that man did. When I got older,
he killed like millions.
Yes. When I got older, and I'm just like, everybody's like, Christmas Columbus Day. No, it's a regular day because he didn't do shit.
He didn't do shit.
He was a whole ass criminal. Like,
I don't know why people are still like, oh, Columbus Day. I'm like, no. It's Indigenous People Day.
Yeah.
Okay, Indigenous People Day.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Even though that's still hard because it's like, what even happened on that day? Why is it this day? Like, why?
It probably, you know what? It probably wasn't that day.
They should just take the whole thing off the calendar.
Because in the history, it was a bad time. Like,
it was a bad time. So what are we really celebrating? They need to change it to a day where there was something, you know, commemorated with Native American. That would be better. Like, oh yes, so and so who was a chief, he did this, and then it's like, yay! Instead of like we're just changing the day that Columbus killed people.
Yes. We're gonna change his name. We're gonna take his name. We're gonna take his name off because people diving deep in this man's history, and he ain't this.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, and that's why we come back to know your history.
Know your history.
Because anybody can just throw some shit on the calendar like they did Columbus. I'm not gonna get over this man. And
I mean, every time it comes around, I'm just like, why? And then Thanksgiving, I'm just like, now we just celebrate it because we're thankful for what we have.
Yes.
But it's not, there was no pilgrim
at all.
Dinner. We don't even mention that anymore.
We don't.
Not at all.
At all.
No.
Like, I mean, we got to make a whole nother podcast to get on all these damn holidays because all of them is just look Easter.
There's some dark sides.
You know
yes.
You know about Easter?
I do know about. But we're not going to get into
find it. Okay,
because that is a lot of information.
That is one time. Easter coming up. We're gonna do it for Easter.
We will do it for Easter.
Which I never really followed Easter, so I don't know what day it is because I don't care. Because all these holidays other than Black History, and I think I do Black History, of course. I do breast cancer awareness. I do a lot of things, but like Easter, Columbus Day.
We can definitely do a breakdown of these holidays.
Yes, we do need to do that.
But not right now.
No, right now it's about Black History.
Yes.
And we're going to end it on that because I know we didn't went all types of ways, but it's okay.
Let's get back to the loving.
Yes. Actually, I have no more information on the lovelies.
No, we just have some closing thoughts.
Okay, what's your closing thoughts?
The closing thought is that Mildred, she was not trying to change America. She was just trying to go home.
Yeah.
That was her main thing.
Yeah.
And then also just to follow up, Mildred and Richard Loving did get to move back to Virginia. Yeah. Okay. They had 3 kids. Oh my God. That scared the bejesus out of me. Okay, Richard unfortunately passed away in 1975 due to a drunken driving car accident. He was hit by a drunk driver and passed away. But Mildred continued on to fight as an activist for different civil rights, and she passed away in 2008.
Whoa. 2008.
She made it all the way to this generation.
Yes, she did.
She did.
Wow.
And so in closing, what I wanted to share was that I was trying to find the paper.
Oh. You don't have it?
In closing, I just want to say that Mildred and Richard Loving remind us that simply living freely can be revolutionary.
Yeah.
Just being free and being able to live freely. As long as you're not hurting anyone and you're not infringing upon anybody else's rights, you should be able to live freely and love freely.
Thank you for that. That's going to wrap up today's episode of the Bar Table Talk. If this conversation spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Follow the broadcast, leave a review on Spotify and YouTube, and stay connected. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And happy Valentine's Day.